Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another devlog. Okay, so I started the day again at 7:30 p.m. And what I have done is I've kind of smoothed out our day-night transition, which it feels a lot better now. So I'm very pleased with how that has turned out. That took a little bit of doing, but I'm very glad with where we ended up with it. And then we're just going to dig some ground. So you'll notice that we now have a nice sunny tile here for a nice, beautiful sunny day, which is pretty exciting. I have now added weather to the game. We don't fully have every single weather setting that I would like to add. Uh-oh, we have rogue clouds. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. I'll have to fix that in a little bit. I think it was because I was monkeying around with some of the particle effects before I started recording. So what we've got going on, we're just gradually getting darker. It's not a big, huge, sudden drop like it was before. So I do like that we have the gradual transition. Our weather effects that we currently have are sunny, cloudy, rainy, and I call it breezy, but you could just call it a regular windy day. So I still have to add in my snow for winter, as well as I'd like a thunderstorm one as well. But what I have learned in all of this weather setup is that I need to learn more about how particle systems work in Unity. So that'll be kind of fun. Now, I'm very curious to see if the clouds actually stop when we go back outside. I'm like hoping I don't see another cloud. Otherwise, I may have to go and tinker with something because I'm like, you should not be playing. All right, so we've got water movement, we have trees. I tilled a couple pieces of soil there, and of course, it's getting even darker. I love it. Like, I just love the gradual change. It was something that I really wanted, and oh my goodness, did I have to work for it. Okay, so let's go to bed. So another exciting thing I have added, okay, so we have our windy, breezy day. And another thing we have added is seasons. So I've made it so you don't have to sit and watch me skip through a ton of days to see a season change. I have set the seasons to be 7 days long. Here we go. We've got some breeziness going on with some leaves. I thought it was like very fun and adorable. So let's go enjoy the leaves for a few minutes. Yeah, so we have nice breezy spring leaves going on. So we've got seasons going on, and right now our seasons are pegged at 7 days. So every 7 days we're going to have a seasonal change. And I will, of course, change it, but for testing purposes, the shorter the better. We now have a florist shop. So I spent quite a bit of time in here and I have to fix things because clearly it's not perfect because things are appearing above our head and I never even thought about it while I was designing it until I went and tested the register here. That's when I noticed it and I'm like, uh-oh, everything is going to be like that. So we have a little bit of a room up here, and we have a bigger room over here, which is kind of going to be a living space for the character that takes over the shop. So that's all pretty exciting. Partially decorated, the storefront I kind of focused on a little bit more. And just as if we were in the general store, we now have a shop. I have done very little testing in this particular shop. Ideally, it will work exactly like the general store. Oh, as you can see, I copied it. It still says general store. I'm going to have to fix that. So I've kind of like used my general store setup to kind of set the layout for all of my shops. However, what I really want to do is kind of like make them more unique to each individual shop. Yeah, I don't have the problem with this register at all, and it's probably because it's on its side there. What if we walk up here? Okay, I'm gonna have to see how I designed that register so our head isn't going through it. Odds are I had a very clever way of doing it that I just didn't think about in the few minutes that I was doing all of the flower shop stuff. All right, so let's see what other kind of weather we can get going here. Oh, hello, leaves. Wow, the leaves are really coming down. And let's head on off to bed again. Okay, we have another sunny day. We already know what sunny days look like. Well, technically. Here we go, a rainy day. So I had a lot of fun with the rainy days because I knew what I wanted to have happen. Oh, and we're on the first day of summer, so you can see our flowers have updated outside of the house, so that's a lot of fun. And you can see that the soil we had tilled at the very beginning is now watered, and if we keep digging, we have watered ground just like we would always like. Fantastic. So why don't we go do a little tour and we can kind of see, well, summer's the hardest one to tell the difference because it's just a little bit brighter than spring. But no matter what tile map we go to, we're going to have our rain and we are going to have our new summer layout, which is also pretty exciting. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we can go over this way. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, we have our rain, we have our nice, beautiful summer colors going on. This was like a lot of fun. I was like really looking forward to getting this part worked into the game. And the fact that it has continued to keep working gives me hope that we're kind of like on the right track. I have so many NPC houses and buildings to do the interior of. It's almost a little intimidating, but I just kind of have to take it one place at a time. And of course, if we go over this way, and I still have not, I need to go in and make all of our tile maps because we still only have a few areas that we can go and explore, and I have a whole bunch more sketched out. So over here we have our other little area where we have another NPC kind of like living over here, and yeah, that's all looking good. For a second, I thought this was back on the spring ground, but our beach area is just darker than everything else. So they still have their strawberries in. I am going to change it so that the crops in the field will update with the season change. It is all nice and fun on the to-do list. And the beach is the one location I have been struggling to make the seasonal changes to because it's going to involve a lot of repainting of tiles, I think, is what that is all going to involve. And I also have it so all of our tools, well, the majority of our tools use stamina. So our hoe, our watering can, our pickaxe, and our axe will all use stamina. All right, so we now have a cloudy summer day. And of course, we've already got a sneak peek as to what the clouds look like, but we're going to get a sneak peek as to what they look like first thing in the morning. Here is our first cloud of the day. I just thought it was like a really fun thing to add because I know when I'm out in nature, I really enjoy the clouds are going wild. I'm gonna have to look into that. It should only be like one cloud here or there, not that many at a time. But just so funny because when you're out in nature and you have the cloud pass over and you can see the brighter areas and the darker areas, I'm just like, oh, that would be so fun to have in the game. So added some nice cloud weather. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see if we can skip on over to fall. I'm actually really impressed at how quickly we managed to cycle through all of the different types of weather because when I was trying to test the rain, I'm not kidding. Oh, we're in fall now. I think I ended up having to sleep through 20 days. Okay, so here we have fall. And of course, my bushes and stuff, they need to get updated to change to match the season. The trees too, it's kind of like a ongoing work in progress. I kind of just started with the bare minimum of the scene, and then I will eventually slowly work my way up to getting everything else to update. So we have fall weather here, which is fantastic. And yes, clouds. Too many clouds. I'm really sad. I thought I had the clouds all worked out so that they were staggering beautifully, and I must have toyed with something I shouldn't have. That's usually how it goes, isn't it? All right. More clouds. There we go. And of course, our seasonal dancing flowers, which are always fun. And the last season we have to look at is winter. I think the most fun I've had with trying to add seasons into the game. Here we go. Winter, here we come. There we go. A beautiful snowy scene. We've got some winter flowers going. We have snow on the fence post. That's all pretty exciting. And this might be an indicator to me that I need to fix some ground tiles as we freeze the game a little bit. Okay, that's something that needs adjusted. I never even thought about that, to be honest. So I'm always glad I can test it out and check on the bugs. If you'll notice when we went into the shop earlier, the bug got fixed for where we were suddenly losing health for no apparent reason. We can go and play with that a little bit. Dun, da, da. So we can go into our shop, we can buy some seeds, we can leave our shop, and our health no longer sporadically disappears on us. That was quite the little adventure to figure out. And then, of course, our shipping bin is working a lot better now, too. Oh, look who forgot to do some repainting. We have little green sprouts. Just all around the school. I'm sure the kids will love it. Oh, that is too funny. Okay, note to self, another thing to fix. I love getting to wander through the game with all of you and just get to notice all the things that I missed throughout the day. Our shipping bin. So we can go back in here and we can move everything across that we would like to move across. I don't think I have put sell prices on the tulip seeds, so I think we're just going to have to go with that for now. And then you may or may not have noticed over in our new area here, the slimes are no longer present. I have moved them and we now have what is to be a chicken coop. And I finally realized why games like Stardew Valley have extended borders along the edges with trees and stuff that you can see but can't touch. 100%. So if you have a building close to the edge, you can actually see the entire building. Now, be warned, we have a chicken here and it's not functioning properly. Oh, did I finally disable his movement? Okay, we can shove him around a little bit. So I haven't quite fixed him. He's supposed to move a little bit. I couldn't get his animations to play, so I started doing a little bit of research on how to make NPCs move around, and that's going to be a whole nother little side project. At the moment, it's a failed attempt, but that's okay because I'll just keep working on it and it will eventually get better. Was there anything else that I added? Oh, the slimes got moved down into this area momentarily, just so that they are out of the way when we deal with some farm animals. And we have a little train station area down here, and it looks like I have not used animated tiles for the water down here, so that's another thing that'll have to get fixed. All right, so if we go back to the house and go to bed, we should have a little bit of income come in from our carrot seeds, which will be fantastic. That's been a very fun part, is just trying to get all of the data entered that needs to get entered so that when I buy and sell things, it actually works properly. So let's go to bed. We should see our cash increase. And we do. So that is fantastic. So that is everything that has been added to the game in the last little bit. Still lots more to come. I'm very excited to continue working on it and expanding the game as we go. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.